Let's hear it for Helen Hong. Oh, guys. I'm actually glad just to be on the stage because this is the first time in a long time that I've actually told people that I'm performing in Los Angeles. I've taken so many phone calls in the last few minutes. Oh, sorry Dave, I've got kids, I forgot, you know. Sorry Dave, you know that my mum died. When? Oh, about 10 years ago. Can't make the show. Sorry Dave, I'm Irish. No, which part of Ireland are you from? Oh, way back, way back. Are you part Roman as well, for God's sake? Anyway, I'll tell you what I hate about being English and living in America. Nothing. Except everyone here thinks I'm Australian. Mind you, I am feeling more American by the day. I'm broke. If I can just get some Chinese friends to lend me some money, I think I'll be good, people. I've been doing a lot of the road recently. This is why it's great to be on home turf, because I've been going to all the great towns of America. I just finished up in Medford, Oregon. You must have all heard of that. Yeah. It's famous for lumber and meth. My only advice to them was don't take the meth in the morning, you won't get wood all day, my friends. But, I tell you, I was trying to work. I've been averaging about 400 miles a day, so I've been trying to work out what to do while you're driving, and I read this online article, really interesting. I read that women really enjoy cunnilingus. That was a different article, but I thought I'd share it with you because it's good to know, isn't it? Now, what I did find out is that what you're supposed to do when you're driving long distances is that you're supposed to listen to classical music because it's good for the brain. It really improves mental agility. You know that? Yeah, I'm educating you people now. But they did this test on London taxi drivers, and they did some autopsies. I think they were dead. I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to tell. Maybe they just died of boredom of listening to classical music. But they found out that their brains were physically bigger. It's true. But I mean, if anyone has been to London, you probably know this, but their brains do have to hold a lot of bigotry. They do suffer from enhanced xenophobia. Actually, when I was leaving Medford, I told this guy that. I did tell this guy. And he said, oh, I love bigotry. You can't love bigotry. And he said, oh, I do. I do that competition every year. I always try and cut down the bigotry. So if we could all have a collection and get Medford, Oregon a symphony orchestra, I think they need one. People, I really do. I also recently I was playing Florida. Anybody been to Florida? Yeah. One person. Yeah. Why would you? Honestly, it's 80% humidity there. Yeah, and they're 80% dead. I know. I was there. What got me was not the gig, which was for a 90th birthday party. Unbelievable. That was a young one. But what got me was the news. The local news said, "Oh, Floridians, congratulations! We have finally counted all the votes in the general election on December the 27th." That's democracy in America, isn't it? So congratulations, Al Gore. You were number 43. I'm just going to let that one sit for a while and see if any of you got that. Maybe read a book when you get home, I don't know. But I'm just jealous. I am. I'm jealous because you can change your head of state every 4 years. You know? In England, we've had the same queen now for over 60 years. Who knew that Elton John was so old then? But I tell you what, you should have called us when you're in financial trouble, because we in Britain, we know what to do when there's a recession. Oh yeah, we close down the hospitals, we close down the roads, and we spend 1.2 billion quid on a party for the richest woman in the world. 1.2 billion quid. Do you know what that is in American? It's about $2 billion. Or as Mitt Romney would have said, taxable allowance. I mean, and even with all that money, the Royal Air Force couldn't get the aeroplanes up in the air because it's too cloudy. No wonder we had to bring you guys in the wall. Hello, is that America? Is Britain here? Great Britain. Can you come over? Germany's picking on us again. Can you bring your own planes? It's too cloudy for ours. But I tell you, I warn you, my friends, we're still having to pay for those wars of ours. Do you know how much? I was in London last summer. Do you know how much it is for a coffee in central London? It's around about £8. Around about $12 to $16. I mean, yeah, wow, at that price you'd be expecting to slurp it from the Queen's navel, wouldn't you? Mind you, at her age, she's probably got a myriad of crevices you can slurp up. I know, I shouldn't have said that, should I? Myriad's a big word for you Americans, isn't it? I tell you, what I do think we were good at last year, though, and you may not agree, but I thought we did a good job on the Olympics. Did we? Thank you. Yes, it was down to me, yeah. I mean, what, are they still showing it here? I mean, I couldn't believe the time delay, because when I grew up, wherever the Olympics was, they'd always show it live. I mean, here, it was so late, I thought it was going to come in black and white footage. I mean, it was unbelievable. Oh, there's Adolf Hitler crying in a corner. There's Mark Spitzer getting in the swimming pool. What I did love, though, and this is for personal reasons, I love the gymnastics. Did you enjoy the gymnastics? Yeah. I'll tell you why I like gymnastics. And it's because I used to have to tell jokes in front of the British gymnast team. Because they were a bit shit at gymnastics. Their idea of parallel bars was two pubs on the opposing side of the street. Asking a Brit not to drink is like asking Sarah Palin not to say something stupid. It's not going to happen. Good to see her back, isn't it? But anyway, the gymnastics. What I loved about it is there was this commentator. I think his name is it Bob Costas? Bob Costas on NBC? Yeah. Well, he was commentating. There was this girl. I mean, she was a Romanian girl, I think it was, and she was so thin. She was really thin. I mean, she was about as thin as this. That's how thin she was. She would have seen this as an adequate hiding space, I think. And Bob, being the professional that he was, he thought he'd address that. And he said, "It may look as if she has an eating disorder, but let me tell you, people, she can produce big solids." Thank you for the information, Bob. Is there anything else you want to share with us? The one thing I don't like about this gymnast is that she will not open her legs for me. That was the commentary on the NBC. But there's one thing I would like to change. I mean, a lot of these athletes now, they get paid big money, and it's a drug testing. You've all heard about that. I think they should change that. I just think that everybody should be on steroids. Anybody who's not on steroids, we should name them, we should shame them, and we should ban them. I mean, do you know what the current 100-metre record is? Anybody want to stab a guess? 10, 9. It's 9, yeah, it's pathetic, whatever. It's 9.58 seconds. It's utterly pathetic, right? We want to see these guys on the starting blocks. We want to see them injecting steroids into their eyeballs like that. Here we are at the Lance Armstrong Olympics. And we're off. And the Jamaican's taken an early lead, and he's won in 5.4 seconds! And he's dead. It would just make the medal ceremony just so much easier. In the gold casket, it's Amy Winehouse. Come on, she's 22 months sober now. She's finally found a therapy that works for her. Give her a round of applause for that. And the shot put, I mean, if they're on steroids, it's just going to seem pathetic to these guys. Oh, what's the point of that? It's like a cricket ball. We should give them cars to throw. I've never seen a PT Cruiser go so fast or so far. And what about the Winter Olympics? We all watch that? I mean, it's just batshit crazy. Let's go to the top of a mountain and throw ourselves off. Brilliant idea. I mean, there was this this guy doing the bobsleigh in the last Olympics, and he was going blind. So they decided, well, you know, we'll do this corrective surgery. So when the problem was, when he could see the bottom of the mountain coming up at him at 500 miles an hour, guess what? He was a little bit shit at bobsleigh then, wasn't he? So what they had to do, they said, well, you know, we've got to slow him down because you've got to be in slow motion in your head. So they like blackened out his visor and they said, take up meditation. I mean, bollocks to that. Why don't we put these guys on marijuana? Give them a hit at the top of the mountain. Oh no! I'm so high, I'm going to have to lie down. Try this looser. Send him down the mountain. He's going to be going down there at 500 miles an hour, but in his head he's in slow motion. He could probably grab a pizza on the way. He's going to get to the bottom of the mountain, he's going to be like, oh my word, you just come down 5 miles in like 3 minutes, how do you feel? Oh man, it seemed like it took forever. You got any more of that pizza? Another town that I've just played recently was San Francisco. Yeah, those guys think they're a little bit superior, don't they? Oh yeah, I thought the Brits had cornered that market, but no! No! I was at this party and this woman said to her, so where do you live? And I said, I live in Los Angeles. And she went, oh, how disgusting. I said, what's wrong with Los Angeles? She said, it's the people. I said, there's 24 million people in Los Angeles County. And you were talking about all of them. I said, why do you do in that vulgar town? Well, you know, I happen to have made a couple of movies. Oh, we just watch documentaries. All right, I do live performances, I do stand-up comedy. The only live arts we enjoy is the ballet. Listen, lady, have you heard my accent? I can say the word cunt and it sounds like chocolate. And that, my friends, is in Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1. Good enough for Shakespeare, good enough for Connolly. Please don't throw me out, it took me long enough to get in here. Bloody hell. What's that about? I mean, to get my green card, it took me about forever. It's unbelievable. They gave me a MasterCard before they gave me a green card. I had a MasterCard with a $40,000 limit. I was thinking I'll just get it maxed out and get myself deported. Collect your money now, you bastards. What is it? I mean, like, wasn't this country built on immigration? Well, it was built on killing Indians, really, wasn't it? But, I mean, what do you have to do to get into this country legally? Get adopted by Angelina Jolie? I mean, you should want to hear some of the questions that they ask you at the green card. This is a genuine question. David, were you a member of the Nazi Party during the Second World War? How old do I look? Do I really need to moisturise more? David, have you ever murdered anybody? No. David, have you ever killed anybody for racial reasons? Oh, well, that's completely different. We've all done that. Of course I have, yes. Navajo, can I come in now? David, when you arrive in the United States of America, are you planning on spreading any anti-American propaganda? Why? Are they hiring at Fox News? I just did this gig the other day, which I've got to have a word with my manager about, because I got a letter. I was at a high school. I was in a high school in Simi Valley. I mean, for me, American students, they look like about 30 years old to me. They're so big. I don't know if they've been held back a couple of generations, or if they're maybe they're early bloomers. But I did get a letter, and that's nice. It's always nice to get a letter after you've done a show. It was passed on to me, and here it is. It says, "Dear comedian." Started with a compliment, that was nice. Your set was completely inappropriate. apparently, now I didn't know this, because sometimes we get words mixed up, the English and the Americans. I use the word that here, well, in England, it's a synonym for a cat. Right, you know what I mean? Sorry about that. I said to my manager, I said, okay, I'm sorry, I'll apologise. Who do I return it to? And she said, well, it was signed anonymous. What a pussy. But it did make me think about censorship in America, because it's very different. I mean, I was trying to work this out by watching some American TV in the middle of the day. So last Sunday afternoon I was watching The Godfather, perhaps one of the most violent films of all time. And it said, there's TV censored version. I think, how the hell are they going to do this? I mean, we're a bit squeamish in England, I'll give you that. I mean, we ban guns because we think they kill people. As I come to America and I find they don't. No, people kill people. With guns mainly. But anyway, I'm watching The Godfather. I'm going, how are they going to do this? And they show a bit with a horse's head, and I thought, wow, that's uncensored? I actually had to pause that bit and say, is that Camilla Parker Bowles? You can't be royalist. You can't be royalist if you're American. You threw our tea away, remember? Anyway, I let the film go, and it comes up to that bit where, you know, Michael Corleone, he goes into the restroom, he gets the gun, he comes back, and bang! He shoots the police officer in the throat. Blood everywhere, all completely uncensored. Bang, bang, brains on the table, all completely uncensored. He then goes over to Italy. He falls in love with this beautiful Italian girl. They decide to get married, and she says, I love you. In Italian, really, but I mean, uncensored. And then, in perhaps the most tender, beautiful moment of this movie, she takes off her wedding gown and she reveals her fuzzed out nipples. That is the censorship in the United States of America. That is why British actresses, when they come to this country, they always have to go to the surgeon first and say, I need a breast augmentation, I want to get onto television. Or do you want a bigger cup, a smaller cup? No, I just want some pixelated nipples. How out of focus would you like them? Just enough to get round the censor. It's good for me, actually, to be in this club this afternoon, because all my British friends, I keep saying, a lot of my friends here, they keep taking me to British bars. I don't know why that is. I mean, what is it about this accent? They think I've never been inside a British bar. What are they going to do next? Humiliate me with reruns of Benny Hill? Torture me with the Spice Girls? Or degrade me with socialised healthcare? Oh, you got that coming, haven't you? I tell you what, I'm going to share my experience though, because I went to an American doctor for the first time, and those guys are very thorough. It's the first time I've ever had one of those up me. I think it's what you guys call a shocker, right? And it was because I went in for an ingrown toenail. But I got something that I had never got from a British doctor. I got a bill for like $1,000. I mean, bollocks wank tit flaps. $1,000? That was a glorified pedicure. It nearly gave me a heart attack. Maybe that's how to get repeat customers. Oh, welcome back, heart. Oh, that's very expensive, sir. But I mean, in England, I could go out to a doctor and I could say, like, oh, doctor, you know, I think I need my leg taken off. How much is that? Oh, that's absolutely free. Okay, it'll be the wrong leg, but you can go back the next week and get the other one taken off at no extra cost. I'm going to have to go in a minute, but just before I do, I'm just going to tell you a quick story about my mother, who is a big fan of my career. I'm basically now a reformed actor. I've been through the 12-step program, from hope and aspiration to shattered misery. Should have got out of obscurity, really. But anyway, my mother, I saw her for the first time in 3 years last year, and I was in the garden and she had a little tear coming down her cheek. I said, don't worry, Mother, I'm here now. And she said, oh no, David, I'm not crying. Because I should explain, I'm from a place called Bradford. Anyone heard of Bradford in here? Yes. Yeah, one person, yeah. My mother likes to say, put the great into Great Britain, David. Didn't really. It'd be like saying Bakersfield is the crown jewel of America. Anyway, my mother's crying. I said, why? I said, why? I said, well, why are you crying then? She goes, oh, because my favourite Bee Gees died. Why was he your favourite Bee Gee? Because he didn't sell out to America like the other two there did. Are you saying that I sold out to America? She said, oh, don't be daft, you never made any money. Thank God they don't tax dreams, David. Alright, one more before we go. We've got a little bit of time. It's, you see, the thing is, my mother had to suffer my lugubrious acting career. Lugubrious, by the way, is just another good word for shit in England, really. But in 1998, this is great, I was actually Gay Actor of the Year. Which is thrilling when you're a straight man. It's absolutely, that was a fabulous award. And I was in this play called Last Bus from Bradford. And I was going, oh, that's our hometown, oh, I've got to see that, make sure you get your accent right. But it really should have been called Gary Comes Out of the Closet. And there's something I should tell you about my mother. She's what we call in England a homophobe. She comes out with terrible things like, oh, David, what have the gays ever done for the world? What, you mean like Leonardo da Vinci? Oh, David, I hated Titanic. Anyway, do you want to see a little bit of the play before I go? Yeah. You sure? I'll only do it if you all want to see it. Alright, this is it. I'll end with this. This is my award-winning performance. Why? Oh, why? Just something so wrong feels so right. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. One Day Comedy. Good night.